This is Jack Fishman behind the camera with music director Sebastian Langlessing during his first week as music director of the San Antonio Symphony. Maestro, you open on October 2nd with Mahler Symphony No. 1.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Mahler and why you selected it.
Well, it's such a significant work, I think, in the repertoire of symphonic works, and it's also such a glorious start, I think, for the season. It shows off the orchestra in the whole, but also individual players. The glory about Mahler is that he showcases all sections so well. So it's a piece that really can stand alone in the program and really open a season and show all the richness of symphonic music in this one. I mean, there are other pieces who do the same thing, but I think Mahler, and especially his first symphony, it's a good starting piece in general, I think. And actually, quite a lot of music directors started with Mahler 1. Abbado in Berlin in '89 and Dudamel now in Los Angeles. But that's not the reason. The reason is that I think it just really suits us, and it's the Mahler year. 10-11 is the Mahler celebration year, so we should celebrate with Mahler.
And I know that Eric Lansdorf once said the nickname should not be the Titan. The nickname should be Mahler Symphony No. 1, the Standing Ovation.
Well, because it has such a glorious finale. That is just it's standing ovation because the horns stand up at the end to play the hymn.
And why do they stand up?
Just to produce more sound. We see Mahler's first symphony because it's such a major repertoire work as like one of his biggest works in a certain way, because it is his most popular piece. But it's also a piece written by a 24-year-old. So he was a very, very young composer, and there are a lot of things in the symphony that are actually quite adventurous and experimental for the time, and I think also asking for things that orchestras refuse to do, standing up and putting the bells up and things that are quite unusual and go a little bit against the etiquette of philharmonic playing. And I think that was part of his approach. I mean, he wanted to really break some taboos, and which he did in this symphony.
But of course, he's still part of the late Romantic tradition. Why did he pick the name Titan?
Well, this is based on Jean-Paul's novel. Actually, I had the pleasure to read this. It's 700 pages and quite heavy reading. The title gets a little bit of wrong image. It has nothing to do with somebody, big dictator or some big hero here. Actually, the whole story is far more fragile. That's why actually he took the title away. But I think we understand a lot if we know the Jean-Paul. It's about the contrast between, if I put it in very short terms, the contrast between nature and artificial society, and the discrepancy between all of this. When the first movement starts, which he gave the title to the Spring with No End, it's really awakening of nature, something that is described in a way, I think, so we hear the birds singing, and it's a very natural approach to do things, and the Jean-Paul is all about this conflict between us, the relation to nature, and then personal relationships. It's a very complex novel. As I said, he took the title away later, but you should not be confused that it is about a titanic approach to society. That's not at all the case.
Well, thank you very much. We're very much looking forward to your debut on October 2nd.
Let me say.